Dear husband, I opened my marriage and now I lost her. I found your little post. I'm pretty sure my husband has been posting here about our marriage, and since he wants strangers all up in our business, let's do it. Remember our loveless, intimate-less marriage? Did you forget the literal misery I went through that you barely even helped me with? He talked about how he asked for an open marriage because I never wanted to have intimacy with him, but didn't mention that this was not even a year after we lost our baby and my body had gone through the worst experience of my life. I had to deliver our lifeless baby and then almost died. I felt like a failure for losing our baby, and here he was telling me I was failing as a wife too. I told him he could do whatever he wanted. He talked about how I agreed to let them use the basement, but didn't say how the first weekend after I agreed to this open marriage, he left me with the kids for 3 nights and came back with a $700 charge on our bank account and said if I don't want him to spend so much I should let him bring girls to the basement, and I ended up saying okay. I would be upstairs crying myself to sleep, feeling like a failure, hoping this would only last a couple months, while he was downstairs with I don't know who. He mentioned that I met another guy but didn't talk about how I went through this whole period where I try to have intimacy with him more than a couple times a month, and he'd say not now, I have someone coming, or no, I'm tired, I just had intimacy with XYZ. I had already met someone, but I wanted to put our relationship first and didn't want to start seeing someone else. I kept trying, but it seemed like to him I was just a babysitter, maid, co-parent and roommate. I knew he loved me, but he wasn't showing it anymore. I decided to let the other guy in BC. I wanted to hurt my husband and remind him that I exist, but honestly being treated like I'm the most amazing person on earth feels so good. He puts me first and treats me so well. Now that my husband is realizing that, he's throwing temper tantrums and trying to make me feel bad. He knew I was going to be gone this weekend. I told him that weeks ago. But apparently since he told me that he's closing the marriage on his side and wanting to reconnect with me, he expected me to do the same? Now he's saying I abandoned him and the kids when I didn't. I have always loved my husband and I want us back to where we were 3 years ago, but I know it will take time. I'm finally feeling like a human being again, and I'm not going to ghost the guy who helped me get to this point just because my husband is paying attention to me again. I need him to show me more first. I want to know that I matter to him, and not just BC I get the kids ready, school or cook, but BC I am a human being and he wants me in his life. Since we're asking strangers for opinion, I'm curious. What would you do in my situation? If the person you love treated you the way he treated me?